During last week's grocery shopping, we stumbled on some gorgeous yellow plums. You might have seen them already on our Instagram feed. These golden beauties were simply irresistible. They were heavenly to eat on their own, but I also wanted to use them in a recipe. Today's recipe is a vegan cheesecake that is inspired from the coconut, lime and pineapple dessert that we had a while ago at the Café Chaleureux in Montreal. If you've missed this video, I'll link it up for you in the description. I have added my own twist to it with a plum compote as topping instead of pineapples. This recipe is nut-free, soy-free and gluten-free too. On a side note, before we move on to the recipe, I have a small request. If you would like to support this channel, you can make a donation via our PayPal. This will allow us to devote a little more time to the channel and post more frequently. You can find the link to our PayPal in the description under this video or in our About section on the channel page. Also, you can subscribe to our newsletter. The link is in the description or in the top right of the video. You will not only be notified of new recipes each time we post them, but also receive some exclusive recipes that are not shared anywhere else, like this tikka masala mixed dal recipe that we sent out recently. Now let's start with the recipe. I'm using millet as the base filling in this cheesecake. Millet is quite an unsuspecting ingredient for a cheesecake, but it provides a creamy neutral base for tangy flavors to take the center stage. We'll start by cooking the millet. As usual, you'll find the printable recipe on our website. Thoroughly rinse 1 cup of millet, then add it to a saucepan with 3.5 cups of water. Cover and simmer until most of the water is absorbed. Stir occasionally. When most of the water is absorbed, turn off the heat and cover the pan. Set aside and let it cool. Meanwhile, prepare the crust. I'm using buckwheat flour for a gluten-free version. You can also use a gluten-free flour blend or just regular all-purpose flour if you don't particularly need the recipe to be gluten-free. Combine all the dry ingredients together in a large mixing bowl. That is the flour, cornstarch, omit the cornstarch if you're using regular flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Whisk everything together. Then make a well in the center and add in all the wet ingredients: the oil, maple syrup or other liquid sweetener, and the vinegar. Mix everything together gently until a dough is formed. You may lightly mix the dough a couple of times with your hand until it is smooth and all ingredients are well combined. Line the bottom of a 23 cm or 9-inch springform pan with greaseproof paper. Lightly grease the sides with some oil. Press the dough on the bottom and spread evenly. Refrigerate for about 15 minutes or until the filling is ready. Once the millet is cooled, lightly break the clumps and fluff it. Preheat the oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the cooked millet in a blender along with the rest of the filling ingredients except the coconut flour. So add in the canned coconut milk. Choose a full-fat creamy one. In this recipe, you can't really substitute the coconut milk as it plays a crucial part for the cheesecake to set. Add the lemon juice, the maple syrup or other sweetener. Vanilla extract and the oil. I'm using melted coconut oil, and for the same reason as the coconut milk, there is basically no substitute for it. You may want to blend this mixture in 2 batches, as the amount might be a little strenuous for some blenders. Process to a smooth puree, then add the coconut flour. Stir and mix well. By the way, I have a video tutorial on how to make your own coconut flour at home. Check the description for the link. As mentioned before, check out our website for the printable recipe and correct amounts of ingredients. Remove the crust from the refrigerator and pour the filling mixture. Lightly tap to even out and remove any air bubbles. Bake for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, prepare the plum compote. I'm not peeling the plums as I do not feel it is necessary. The skin does add some tanginess to the compote, so you may want to peel them if you would like it to be sweeter. Remove the stone and cut the plums into wedges or cubes. This is a very easy recipe, and apart from serving this compote as a topping on this cheesecake, you can also enjoy it as a spread too, on toast, porridge or with cereal. Place the plums in a skillet with the maple syrup or sugar and vanilla. Like I mentioned, this compote is more on the tangy side, but feel free to sweeten it to your liking. Cook on high heat until the plums are lightly stewed and the liquid has thickened. Turn off the heat and let cool. Place it in a jar and refrigerate for up to 5 days until needed. Remove the cheesecake from the oven and let cool completely. The edges and top should still remain cream in color. It might still look like it is not quite firm yet, but it will set in the fridge. Refrigerate for at least 6 hours before serving. I find that it sets much better after 24 hours, so you might want to make this cheesecake in advance. Top with the plum compote to serve. Some lime zest dramatically intensifies the flavors, so I wouldn't skip it. This millet cheesecake is a definite winner. In fact, it proves out to be one of the best uses for millet in my opinion. It is worth trying even for those who don't particularly like millet. In this cheesecake, it is just something else. If you've enjoyed this recipe, please give us a thumbs up or share this video. And don't forget to tag us on Instagram or post a photo to our Facebook page. If it's your first time here, please subscribe for more videos. And as mentioned previously, you can also subscribe to our newsletter and we'll send you an email every time we have a new recipe, plus some exclusive recipes. I'll see you soon in our next video. Bye!